Welcome back to Affiliate Marketing Secrets Radio. This is Billy Inellis here. And one thing you got to say to yourself in most cases is it is not the how, but the who. Let's talk about that. So you're probably wondering, how do affiliate marketers like us, who didn't cheat and got results with no advertising budget from start, want to effectively run an affiliate marketing business online? How do we get closer to financial freedom without using strategies that take a toll on our bank accounts? That's the big question, and you will find the answer on this podcast. My name is Billy Nellis, and welcome to Affiliate Marketing Secrets Radio. I recently went live on Facebook, and I covered on the subject of it is not the how, but the who. And by the way, if you want to find me on Facebook, you can go to facebook.com/billy.inellis, and you can easily find my profile. So I want to share the audio of that Facebook Live with you so that you can understand more of what I'm talking about. The audio might be a little bit different, but it was great also. So let's get into it. It is not about the how, but the who. You know, right now I'm in the mastermind with highly successful people, and you know, it's people that, you know, made over $100,000 in one day. Some made $1 million in 24 hours and stuff like that. And, you know, it's pretty cool, you know, the concept of masterminding with highly successful people. And the one guy was sharing that he went in another mastermind that he spent $100,000 to be in, right? It was a 3-day mastermind that you had to pay $100,000 for, right? Pretty powerful stuff. And a quick portion of it was about that. And he shared that with us. And I said, man, I need to share that with others as well. So, he said that it's the who, not the how. So us as entrepreneurs, sometimes, well, most of the time, we have an idea and we're like, oh my God, I need to make this happen. And automatically we fall into trying to figuring things out, like, oh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Right. And then most of the time what happens is that we get excited and then we build momentum with ourselves, right? We get excited. We trying to figure things out. And then we reach a point where we're stuck. We don't know how to do that thing. And then we fall into procrastination, and then we lose the excitement, and then nothing happens right there. So we fall in kind of like a little plateau where we just fall back and we never end up getting that thing happen, right? So it's the who, not the how. So what I mean by that is that the question that you have to ask yourself, okay, instead of saying, how can I do this? How can I do that? And you know, you're going to have an idea about something and you're going to go on YouTube and how to do this and how to do that. How about you switch it around? And that's what the guy in the mastermind mentioned, right? Is instead of focusing on the how about you reduce the time that it's going to take for you to understand something or implement something? How about you ask yourself the who it is that actually, you know, did what it is that I want to accomplish, so that it takes you less time for you to actually go to actually, you know, go ahead and make it happen for yourself, right? So it's the who and not the how in most cases, right? So that's going to shorten the time for you to, you know, go into the learning process of certain things and implementing something. And he said that he was trying to figure it out. Still talking about the guy that, you know, I was saying that went to a mastermind where you had to spend $100,000 to be in for 3 days, right? So right away when he heard that concept, he's like, oh, not the how, eh? So I've been trying to figure something out with the software for the longest time. And he's like, the who, okay. So he went ahead and he text someone, right, for something that he was trying to figure out for the longest time. I think it was like a month or two. And then he thought about the who, and he's like, oh, I think that person knows about that. And then he texts them. 5 minutes later, he got a text. And then that person says, it's not me, but I actually have another contact that can actually get that done. And I think that by the time the mastermind was done, I think it was like the next day, I think he said that the person was going to get that thing done for him in like a week's time. And it's something that he was trying to figure out all this time for like a month or two or something like that. So he shortened his time to figure something out to make it happen. because of the who, right? So instead of saying how all the time, figure out the who. Sometimes we don't know how to do something. It may be, I don't know, we're entrepreneurs, right? We're trying to get things to happen online, right? You don't know how to do video editing. Figure out the who. A lot of times people are going to say, oh, let me go figure out how to do this or how to do that, which is it's not a bad thing. But, when you want to implement or get something done in a pretty short amount of time, it's better to ask yourself who, right? You say, who can actually do that video editing for me? Or, sometimes we want to have some graphics for some of our projects. Instead of trying to figure out how to go ahead and do our own graphic, how about who can make some good looking graphics for me, for my project, right? So that was a pretty cool concept. And I said, man, I need to share that as well because it makes sense, right? So it's not the how, but the who. And when you figure out the who that knows the how, then everything becomes magical because, you don't have to implement and go into the longest learning curve to figure some things out. And, that's why outsourcing came about, right? It reduces your time that you're going to have to go through for the learning curve and implementing it. So the who, I think it becomes really magical in that sense. So that's what I wanted to share with you. So it's the who and not the how in most cases. And us entrepreneurs, sometimes we can be, hard-headed and we want to figure things out and, but sometimes it's going to take more time for you to figure it out instead of saying, okay, who can actually do this for me? And this is where, everything becomes great. But with that said, some of you may be wondering, how is it that I can have 4-figure days online without spending too much money on paid advertising, right? That's a question that I asked myself a couple of years back, and I was always trying to figure out how, right? Well, it came to being the who. It came about being the who actually, or having 4-figure days so that I can have it with them. And I came across a trending affiliate marketing business model and a proven method to implement for me to make that happen. And this is what I also want. This is what also gets me excited to share with others, because I can now show others how to have 4-figure days online without spending any money on paid advertising. And it's great. So want to find out how to have $1,000 days online or 4-figure days online without spending any money on paid advertising? It's not the how, it's the who. And I can be the who that can show you the how. So that's what I shared on that Facebook Live and wanted to share with you. It wasn't too long, right? Hopefully that made sense. And this wraps up the episode 21, where I shared about it's not the how in most cases, it's the who. All right. So don't forget to leave me a feedback if you're on the iTunes platform. Would really appreciate a review if you're enjoying that. And of course, if it was your first time maybe listening to this, don't forget to subscribe so that you can get notifications for when I upload new episodes. You can do the same thing on Google Play and Spotify, and also on YouTube. If you're following me on YouTube, you can also subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload new episodes and videos. And I'm going to keep delivering some content about affiliate marketing. All right. So Billy Nellis here. I'm signing out, and I will talk to you on the next one. Are you getting value from the content, the tips, and the tricks that I'm sharing with you on this podcast, and you want further information on how I'm having 4-figure days, $1,000 plus days online with affiliate marketing? See if you'd be a good fit for my inner circle of super affiliates at joinmyinnercircle.com right now.